everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Today I have my April candle and wax empties to share with you. Overall, it has been a fantastic smelling month for me. I did a bit of a strawberry theme for the month. You're going to see a lot of strawberry scented vendor wax and a couple of strawberry candles. So it has just been a yummy, sweet, fruity month. I hope you've all had a fantastic April and have been enjoying some warmer weather. Let me know in the comments below what you've burned and melted this month. Do you do a theme like I do and kind of pick one or two scent notes and base what you melt on those scent notes, or you just grab whatever you want to melt and melt it when you want to melt it? I always love to hear from you, especially if you have any favorites this month that you really enjoyed. Let me know, because it may be something I want to pick up. As with all of my empties videos, I'm going to start with the random bits and then move into the wax melts and then into the candles. If you're only interested in the wax melts or the candles, I will leave the timestamps to both of those below, so you can just click on that timestamp and jump right ahead to that portion of the video. If you're interested in hearing about what I melted, burned, and used this month, let's get started. I ended up finishing 4 hand soaps this month. The first one I finished was this Creamy Luxe French Lavender hand soap. Their French Lavender soap isn't my favorite scent because it does have a lot of amber in it, and I wish it was just straight, pure lavender, but it was okay. I finished this Nourishing hand soap in Fiji White Sands. This is from last year. It actually started this last year and just pulled it out, decided to finish it. This is a creamy, beachy, summery scent. Really enjoyed it, and I really do like these square Nourishing hand soaps. I finished this Foaming hand soap in Savannah Mint Julep. I absolutely love this one. This one was from 2015, I think, and I haven't seen them bring back this scent since, and I really love it. The notes on this one are savor a fresh batch of lime, sugarcane, and fresh cucumber. And the scent of this was so strong and really lingered on your hands, which is what I really loved about it. So I have been sort of savoring this over the past couple years and finally decided to go ahead and finish it up. I just need to get rid of it and be done with it, but I really enjoyed this one, and I would hope they would bring this back at some point in the future. And the last hand soap I finished this month was Strawberry Picnic. This was a scent that I picked up from last year's semi-annual sale. It is Sugared Strawberry, Sparkling Lemon, and Summer Breeze. This was actually a really nice, sort of super sweet strawberry scent. I really did enjoy it. I do feel like the deep cleansing hand soaps really dry out my hands now, especially compared to the nourishing hand soaps. Like in general, I find myself now gravitating more toward the nourishing hand soaps versus picking up this deep cleansing. And the last sort of random bit this month, I did finish a body cream and Sleep Nighttime Tea. I absolutely love this scent. I just hate that they have discontinued it. I really hope they bring it back for semi-annual sale. It's cedarwood and orange essential oils to help calm and comfort like tea before bedtime. It has a lot of sweetness to it, but it also, that cedarwood gives it this nice warmth and depth, which is just so lovely for bedtime. I love it so much. So I'm hoping to see this back again sometime in the future. Alrighty, moving right along, I'm going to move right into the wax melts. As you can see, I got through quite a bit of wax this month. So grab something to drink, maybe even grab a snack. It's going to probably take me a little bit to get through it. The first wax I finished this month was Yankee Candle's Jelly Bean. This is a very sweet grape candy kind of scent. You also get a little bit of like lemon and raspberry, so it does really kind of come across as like a jelly bean or a very sweet, chewy kind of candy. A lot of grape though. Enjoyed it. I do enjoy it every year. The strength and throw was about a 6 for the first 9-hour rotation on my centerpiece, but then it did decrease and it was really like hardly nothing for the second rotation. I probably would still repurchase it next year just because it is sort of one of those scents now that I'm used to melting around Easter. I finished Zeep's Banana Pudding. This was a continuation from my banana theme last month, and I didn't quite finish this one. It is vanilla wafers, whipped cream, and sweet banana. I got more cream and vanilla than I did banana in this scent, and just overall, this scent was incredibly light. This is her old wax formulation, and I think that she did have people complain about inconsistency in performance, and so this was one of those scents that was just really light. It was maybe like a 2.5, and I'm being somewhat generous for, you know, a decent sized chunk in a 20-watt hot plate warmer. I would repurchase this scent in her new formulation though, because consistently that wax has been just stronger across the board. Also a continuation from last month's tea theme, I finished Destination Wax Mango Black Tea. This one is the refreshing scent of crisp black tea and fruity mango. I love this scent. It's so well balanced. The mango is a bit more dominant than the tea, but you do get both scents very nicely. I really like it. The strength and throw is about a 7.5 for half of the scent shot in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and this would be a definite repurchase for me. I finished a scent shot in Destination Wax Pomelo and Wild Ginger. This one's citrusy pomelo and fragrant wild ginger flowers. This one's another one that I have just fallen in love with. It is so gorgeous. It's somewhat of a unisex cologne, perfume, conceptual type scent is sort of the feeling or vibe I get from this one. I definitely feel like I could wear this on my person, and it's just beautiful and gorgeous, and I haven't smelled anything like this. So again, a definite repurchase for me. The Strength and Throw was a 7.5 for half the scent shot in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. Love, love, love this one. If you like those conceptual type scents, definitely give this one a try. I finished a chunk bag in Sassy Girl Aroma's Strawberry Banana Birthday Smoothie Whipped Cream. This was a perfect transitional scent from last month when I was doing banana scents, and then to this month when I'm doing strawberry scents. I did really enjoy this one. It was creamy and well balanced. You definitely got the banana, but I also got the strawberry, and then just sort of that overall general sweet, creamy vanilla type scent. Really yummy. The Strength and Throw was about a 7.5 for half of a chunk in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. The only negative to this scent is that it only lasted about 4 to 5 hours, so I have to switch it out after that. I finished a Goose Creek banana pudding. I've mentioned this scent several times before. I absolutely love it. It's a very creamy, authentic banana pudding. Just so yummy. One of the best, one of my favorites. Strength and Throw is about a 6.5, 7 for 2 cubes in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. This is definitely a repurchase for me. I love this one. I finished a Rose and Vintage Chic Scents Curse with the Bambino. This one is fresh cut grass and citrus. I normally really enjoy fresh cut grass type scents, but this one was just okay for me, which is really odd because I really thought I liked it on cold sniff, but when I've melted it, it just was okay. I don't know if it was the citrus, the blend, I don't know what it was, but it was something which is off-putting for me. The Strength and Throw was about a 7 for a fourth of the Rose in my 20-watt. This one would not be a repurchase for me. I finished a clam in Zeep's Meant to Be. This is rosemary mint, sweet basil, and strawberry. Essentially, I mostly got rosemary mint with just a little bit of added sweetness from the strawberry. I still really enjoyed it. If you like rosemary mint scents, you definitely would like this one. The Strength and Throw was about a 5, 5.5 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. I finished a shape in the Wax Dude Originals Billy's Garden. I did enjoy this one. This was very similar to Bath & Body Works Tomato Vine. Very earthy, I guess kind of floral. Really like that kind of scent. This was a cube shape, and it was about a 7.5 in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and it lasted about 6 or 7 hours. I finished a 4-pack in Destination Wax Apple and Earl Grey Tea. This one actually came across sort of fallish to me. If I repurchased this one, I would probably melt it closer to the fall next time. This was apples and pear, spiced tea, a little bit of bergamot. Really enjoyed the scent. The Strength and Throw was only about a 4.5 though for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. And then I also tried 1 cube in my 24-watt hot plate warmer, and it was about the same. So it was a little bit light. She has increased the Strength and Throw of a lot of her scents. So this one may be one that she has increased since I had originally purchased it. It is a really nice scent though. I finished a pumpkin shape in the Bathing Gardens Phantom Queen. This one is a citrus tea, but it has cinnamon, coffee, a little bit of a candy note. It's actually very lovely, but again, this one's quite fallish. It did come in the pumpkin like fall sampler that she offered, but I was just in the mood for it. Really did enjoy this one. The Strength and Throw was about a 7 for the full pumpkin in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I finished a 4-pack in Vintage Chic Scents Jane Eyre Loves Mr. Rochester. This one is lavender cream and Earl Grey tea. I really like this one. This one was very similar to Yankee Candle's Honey Lavender Gelato. Very similar. I think this one has a tea note obviously, but that lavender cream and the sweetness in this one really reminded me of that Yankee Candle scent. The Strength and Throw was about a 6 for 1 coin in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. And just to make a note here, this one was from January 2018. Obviously melted this in April. That's a little less than 3-month cure time. So I know a lot of people say you have to wait a full year to melt Vintage Chic scents, but I just haven't found that to be accurate. I mean, some scents, if they're lighter in general, they can benefit from a longer cure time. So just generally, I feel like you don't have to wait a full year. Now, I don't know about the stuff from 2016 and early 2017, but at least the stuff I've been purchasing, since I've been purchasing in the last year, I don't necessarily have to give it a full year cure time. So just FYI. I finished this sample of Southbound Soap's Strawberry Cotton Candy Frosted Cake. Really liked the scent on cold sniff. It was very sweet and sugary. Sadly, it was a very minimal throw. It was like 2.5 for the shape in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and I couldn't really smell it at all. And 2.5 is actually probably being quite generous. So I actually had to just dump it out and got nothing from it, so that was sad. I don't know if it was an off batch or what, but let me know if you've ever tried this scent and if you have better luck with it. I finished an Easy Melt Cup in Honey Lavender Gelato. Really enjoyed this scent. Really creamy, sweet lavender. The Strength and Throw was about a 4.5, 5 in the centerpiece. You're going to see a lot of these type of scents. I used a lot of the Vintage Chic Scents strawberry sampler that I had purchased last year. They were perfect for this month. The first one I finished is Here's Looking at You Kid. It's strawberry, and We Will Always Have Paris, which is an exclusive fruity blend. This one came across as a sweet, fruity strawberry scent. Somewhat candied, somewhat kind of drink-like, and honestly a little bit generic. Not my favorite of the bunch that you're going to see here. The strength and throw is about a 4.5 for 1/4 of the rose melt in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. I finished a Goose Creek's strawberry jam. This one is somewhat waxy but sweet, jammy strawberry. A really good one. Strength and throw is about a 6.5 for 2 of the triangles in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I've melted this one before and I will continue to purchase it. I finished 2 test melters in Destination Wax Lavender Marshmallow. The pink is Twilight and Marshmallow, and the purple is Lavender and Fluffy Marshmallow. I did post a full review in the Destination Wax Facebook group, so if you're interested, just check it out there. I finished a rose in Vintage Chic Scents Bluebird Cafe. This is fresh picked strawberries. This is one of my favorite strawberry scents. It's slightly creamy, but also very realistic, sweet strawberry scent. Really, really good. Strength and throw is about a 7 for 1/4 of the rose in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. This one is definitely a repurchase for me. I have a loaf in it. It is a great blender scent. It's wonderful to blend with a lot of other different scents, so it's just fantastic. I finished a clam in Barrett Wax Craft Strawberry Rhubarb. This was a somewhat waxy strawberry, but it also has this really tart rhubarb. Strength and throw was a 7, 7.5 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. The one thing I love about Barrett Wax Crafts are that his scents are consistently strong. They're one of the few vendor wax scents that I can put in a bulb warmer and have excellent strength and throw with. So I really enjoy that aspect of his wax. I finished a rose in Vintage Chic Scents Sugar Sugar. This is an exclusive secret strawberry blend. It came across to me as a very sugary, like extra sweet strawberry, kind of strawberry candy kind of scent. Strength and throw was about a 7 for 1/4 of the melt in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. This one was really, really good blended with the Spirit of Bob Hope, so I would repurchase it, honestly, just so I could blend it with the Spirit of Bob Hope. I finished a 4-pack in Destination Wax Strawberry Lemonade Gelato. Creamy strawberry lemonade type scent. Really, really yummy, really good. The strength and throw was about a 5, 5.5 for 1 cube in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. This is one of the scents that I believe has been amped up since my initial purchase. So if you purchase it from her now, it should be stronger. I finished this Goose Creek Strawberry Lemonade Cupcake. I love that label. I think it's so cute. This one is a strawberry cupcake scent, a sort of waxy, quote unquote, creamy strawberry scent. You get a hint of that lemonade. I actually really like the scent. I don't think it's still being offered on the website. The strength and throw is about a 7.5 for 2 cubes in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and it lasts about 6 hours. This was that really soft wax that they used to offer. So hopefully this scent will come back in the future. We'll see. I finished this 8-block Destination Wax Strawberry Crumble. It comes across as a strawberry sugar cookie or strawberry shortcake ice cream. The ones that are like white ice cream and they have the pink strawberry in the middle and they're covered in that crumb coating. It's just so good. Really yummy scent. Sadly, this scent was really, really, really light for me. It was about a 3.5 for 1 cube in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. I did use 2 cubes in 2 different warmers, and that did help some. It kind of amped it up to about a medium throw. Again, I purchased this back in May 2017, so since then, she has gone back through a lot of her scents and really amped up the strength and throw, and I'm pretty sure this is one of them. So if you were to purchase this now, it should be stronger. I would repurchase the scent because it's really lovely. I just want it to be stronger. I finished a clam in Scentsationals Strawberries and Cream. This one is a very, very sweet strawberry candy, kind of strawberry Laffy Taffy. I do get a good bit of cream, especially when I compare this to like just a normal strawberry scent. You kind of can really pull out the cream more then. But when it's melting, the cream kind of dissipates and it just really comes across as a very, very sweet, almost sickeningly sweet strawberry candy kind of scent. It was okay. The strength and throw was about a 7 for 2 cubes in my bulb warmer. Probably wouldn't repurchase this one. I finished a little cup in Wilma's Strawberry Milk. This was a very creamy, milky strawberry scent. I actually really enjoyed it. The strength and throw is about a 4.5 for this full cup in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I finished a rose in Vintage Chic Scents Beverly Hills Hotel. This is strawberry, raspberry, guava. I think this is a scent that a lot of different vendors have. This comes across as a tropical drink kind of strawberry. The strength and throw was about a 5 for a fourth of the rose in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. It's a really good blender scent though. Again, I blended it with the Spirit of Bob Hope, and that really just took the scent to a different level in my opinion. It lasted about 5-6 hours. This one was just okay and just probably not one that I'll repurchase. I finished a rose in Vintage Chic Scents Strawberry Enchanting Prince. This one is strawberry, blueberry, and lavender smoothie. This was just an okay scent for me as well. Not a fave. It was actually, again, a lot better when I put Spirit of Bob Hope with it. There was just something a little bit off-putting about it. I'm not exactly sure if it was that combination of blueberry and lavender. I don't know. The strength and throw is about a 5 for a fourth of the rose in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. This one probably wouldn't be a repurchase for me. I finished a clam in Super Tarts Fake and Bake. This is zucchini bread, sugar cookies, cream. Okay, so I've had this scent for a while, probably 6 months, and for whatever reason, just melting other stuff, I have not gotten around to melting or even trying like 1 cube of it, which is silly. I melted it for the first time in April, and oh my goodness, I completely understand the hype of this scent. It is a really good, strong bakery scent. I'm not normally the hugest fan of zucchini bread. In fact, I make a point to stay away from zucchini bread scents. Certain zucchini bread scents are a little off-putting for me, but this scent is just fantastic. It's also super, super strong. 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer was like an 8.5 strength and throw. It just filled my entire living room. Really, really great. Definitely makes you hungry though, so be careful if you do melt it to have a snack handy. Really, really good one. I've already repurchased this one. Highly recommended if you like bakery scents. I finished a clam and Barrett Waxcraft Strawberry White Cake. This is sort of your standard strawberry with a nice vanilla cake. This one's just okay. Strength and throw is about a 5.5 for 1 cube in my bulb warmer. I finished a strawberry shape in Candles from the Keeping Room Strawberry Raspberry Guava. Again, that sort of standard sweet tropical strawberry fruity drink scent. Very syrupy kind of sweetness. Again, this is just an okay scent. The strength and throw of this one was about a 4.5 for the strawberry shape in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. It's just sort of I'm not super impressed. I mean, this is probably like the third Candles from the Keeping Room scent that I've tried, and none of them have really had a super strong strength and throw. So I've never actually made a purchase from her. Let me know in the comments below if you have made a purchase from her. Maybe I've just tried scents that are just weaker in general and I haven't gotten any of her really good ones. I would love to hear, because as of right now, based on what I have melted, which has been pretty limited, I probably wouldn't purchase from Candles from the Keeping Room. I finished a souffle cup in Sassy Girl Aroma's Strawberry Satsuma Cotton Candy. As you can imagine, the Satsuma is very heavy in this scent, but you do get some of that sweet strawberry. I did like this one. It was pretty nice. I used a fourth of the cup in my 24-watt hot plate warmer, and the strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. The downside of this and a lot of Sassy Girl Aroma scents is that this one only lasted about 3 hours, so you have to change it out quite frequently. That could have been because of the small amount that I did use. Some people don't mind that. Just keep in mind that if you're using Sassy Girl Aroma, you'll probably have to change out your wax more frequently. I finished a clam in the Bathing Gardens Parisian Strawberry Fields. This one is strawberry, vanilla, mango, and peach. I actually get a lot of tart mango and juicy peach kind of syrup from this scent. I would say it's about 50-50 mango and peach to the strawberry. And I would maybe even say that the mango and peach was like more, so maybe 60-40. You would think with this kind of name and with the strawberries on the front that you would get this really like nice strawberry, but it's actually more mango and peach, so just keep that in mind. The strength and throw was about a 5.5 for 1 cube in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. I did use 2 cubes in my 20-watt hot plate warmer, and that bumped it up to about an 8, so I would recommend using 2 cubes for this particular scent. I think the peach in this throws the scent off a little bit for me and makes it not one that I would want to repurchase. I finished 2 little peep shapes in the Rosegirls Strawberry Euphoria Peeps Cake. This one was really, really yummy, creamy strawberry. There was even a little bit of a tartness in it, and then of course the bakery from the Peeps cake. It was really yummy. Really enjoyed this one. The strength and throw was about a 6 for one of the bunny peep shapes, but it only lasted about 4 hours in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. Rosegirls is another company that I find the longevity of her wax isn't the best compared to some of the other vendors. So like Rosegirls, Sassy Girl Aroma, I'm only normally going to get anywhere between 3, maybe 6 hours, and then I have to change out the wax. But again, if you don't mind that, not an issue. I would absolutely repurchase this scent. I would even repurchase just the Strawberry Euphoria and Mini Melters if she ever does offer it. It's great. I finished a Scent Shot Cup in Destination Wax Ice Lemon Biscotti. I've actually had this scent since almost my second order from Destination Wax, so it's over a year old. I'm not sure why I waited so long to melt this scent. I think maybe because by the time I got it, I was kind of done with my lemon theme month and I just never got back around to it. I don't think I was in love with this scent as much on cold sniff, but when melting, oh my goodness. Lemon bakery perfection. You get this sweet, yummy glaze. It's just fantastic. And the strength and throw of this bad boy was a 9 for half of the scent shot in my 24-watt hot plate warmer. Definitely I'll be repurchasing this one. It is fantastic. I also used this one and I blended it with a little bit of strawberry. Oh, oh my gosh, so good. Love it. If you like lemon bakery scents, you have to check this one out. It's delicious. I finished a Rose and Vintage Chic Scents Going Hollywood. This one is strawberry, coconut cream pie, marshmallow zucchini bread. I actually enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought I would. It was a very creamy, sweet bakery strawberry. It kind of came across almost like a strawberry muffin. Really, really nice. The strength and throw is about a 7, 7.5 for a fourth of the rose in my 20-watt hot plate warmer. Again, I blended this with the Spirit of Bob Hope, and I just think it made it even that much better because it added like this tartness to it that was really fantastic. I would repurchase this scent. And last, but certainly not least, I finished a Rose and Vintage Chic Scents Over the Rainbow Cafe. This is rainbow sherbet, cotton candy, and fresh picked strawberries. The sherbet in this definitely was the dominant note. You got that sort of icy, sweet sherbet. The strawberry was in the background, but a really nice blend. The strength and throw is about a 7.5 for a fourth of the rose. And I know you're probably tired of hearing me say this, but I also blended this with the Spirit of Bob Hope, and it just took it to a different level, and I really, really enjoyed it with that. So I probably would repurchase this scent, either just Over the Rainbow by itself or this blend because it was really, really nice. If you like sherbet scents, I think you'd really like this one. Okie dokie, that is it. That is all the wax melts that I finished in April. If you're only here for the wax melts, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you've been melting this month, and we will move right along to the candles. I'm really happy with the candles that I finished this month. Overall, it was a great smelling month, and I, in general, had pretty good luck with everything that I finished. The first candle I finished is Bath & Body Works Lemon Mint Leaf. This is a scent I practically burn every year. This is sparkling lemon zest, spearmint leaves, and verbena sprigs. This one is a zesty, bright, spring favorite. Strength and throw was an 8. Consistently, this is a strong candle, and this one had a fantastic burn. No issues whatsoever. You can see how clean that is. The wax is a little bit gray at the bottom, but not much, really not much sooting at all. Really happy with this one. I would definitely repurchase it, and I really like this color jar they did this year. It's really pretty. Happy with this one, happy with its performance. I probably would pick up another one in this jar since I had such good luck with the performance of this one. I finished the single wick produce candle. This is a small, I guess, local brand from Charleston, South Carolina. It's a soy wax candle. It's one that my mother had purchased for me as a gift. The scent was a green, crisp, sharp, somewhat bitter kind of note. Really, really great for the start of spring. The strength and throw was about a 4.5, 5, which was actually pretty impressive for a single wick candle. I was not expecting that much. Look at the little design. It has like the little kale leaves. Of course, it's in the mason jar, and then on the back it says kale, and it kind of has the different little information about how you would grow it. I think it's just a really cool concept. They have a lot of different other ones, of course. They have like a tomato and a bunch of different scents. You should check out their website. The burn was good. It was no tunneling, which sometimes you do get from these single wick type candles. It was sooty at the end. You can see this on the side. That was probably my fault because I let the last burn go longer than I should have, and therefore the wick was a little bit longer. So that was really my fault. Overall, I'm quite impressed with this candle. It is pricey. It wouldn't be one that I would purchase for myself, but if I got it as a gift, I would burn it. I finished a Bath & Body Works Test Lab candle in Garden Arugula and Verbena. This one is arugula leaf, dewy verbena, Italian olive oil, and watercress. I got a watery, fresh cucumber vibe balanced with this sort of green, fresh cut grass, and then you got a hint of that uplifting verbena, and it just came together beautifully. If you like green, grassy type scents, I think you would really love this one. If those types of scents are just not your thing, you're probably not going to like this one. It's not for everyone, but I really love it. I love green, grassy scents, especially in the spring. The strength and throw was an 8.5. And the burn was great. Very clean. Just a little bit of sooting there toward the end, but not much at all. No puny wicks, no issues. Again, great burn. If all Bath & Body Works candles could perform like this, I'd be a happy camper. I do recommend this one if you like green scents. You may still be able to find this in some of your White Barn stores, or maybe they'll bring some out for some annual sale. I also finished a test lab candle in Sriracha. This one is Thai Sriracha, jalapeno pepper, crushed coriander, and red chili. When you smell this on cold, you definitely get a lot of that spice, but when it's burning, it really does come across as a slightly spicy tomato vine candle. If you remember tomato vine from last year, that very earthy, authentic tomato vine scent, and you add a bit of spice to that, that's what this smells like when it's burning. So for those of you who maybe didn't grab a backup tomato vine last year and wish that you had, I think this will be a pretty decent substitute as long as you don't mind just a little bit of spice. The strength and throw is about a 7.5, 8. No complaints there. As you can see, this one had a bit of a messy burn. It was fine the first half, but after the halfway mark, this started doing this weird thing where it would get all this black kind of grossness around the edge of the candle. And then it got really small wicks. They weren't totally puny, because it would pull out, but it was just really small wicks. So I do have one more of these, but for me, because of the burn, I wouldn't repurchase it. But the scent itself was really nice. So if you're one of those people that like chop up your Bath & Body Works candles and melt them, then you may still want to get this one for the scent. I finished a Homeworx by Harry Slatkin Orange Sorbet Deluxe candle. These are quite substantial with these very large glass heavy lids and this really pretty etched glass. I'm definitely going to try to repurpose this for something. Orange Sorbet is mandarin, tangerine, orange, grapefruit, mango, peach, and black currant. This one to me smelled like very authentic, fresh oranges. Juicy, sweet, tart, and zesty. The first couple of burns were a little bit light and I was a little bit worried, but after that, it did pick up and it was about a 4.5, 5. So it was a medium-ish kind of throw. It did fill the office that I had it in, so I could smell it. It definitely made its presence known, but this is definitely not a scent that I would put in like a large open concept area. It's definitely more of a bedroom scent, but it did really fill that space. The burn, however, was fantastic. Very, very clean, no puny wicks, minimal sooting. There was a little bit of sooting at the end, again, probably because I let it go a little bit too long on that last burn. But overall, just a fantastic clean burn, and there's very little wax left. Just an overall really clean burn. The wicks did not move at all. They did not budge. Whatever wick clips he uses in these candles are fantastic. They don't move at all. Even when like it's pulled all the way out, it doesn't move. It's fantastic. I love that. This one is paired with the Limoncello Cupcake, which I'll talk about in a minute. This one hasn't gotten as much love as Limoncello Cupcake. I really liked it if you've been searching for a very authentic orange scent, non-chemical orange scent, because some orange scents can come across very chemically. This one I think you're going to like. As long as you don't mind about a medium-ish kind of throw, then I think that you'd really enjoy this one. It's really good. I finished this Bath & Body Works Sparkling Limeade. This is one that I've been holding on to since I think about 2014. I do have one more. It's just such a great scent. I'm not a huge fan of lime, but this is one of the few lime scents that I actually enjoy. Probably because it doesn't have much authentic lime in it, which is probably why I enjoy it. This one says, a sophisticated touch of citrus, this fragrant blend of juicy limes, sparkling water, and a hint of sugar quenches your thirst for spring. This one is very fresh and zesty. You get that sort of quote-unquote lime scent, bit of a lemongrass note actually. You kind of get this tonic water and just a hint of sweetness. There's also something a little bit green about it, like you see kind of the aloe or some kind of plant in the background of the scent. You do pick up a little bit of a green note in this. I really, really like it. The strength and throw was about a 6, maybe a little less than, maybe a little more than at different times, but it averaged out to about a 6. The burn on this one was fantastic. It was such a clean burn. No puny wicks. Very minimal sooting. A little bit at the very end. It burned itself out. I mean, it's just fantastic. It had this really deep, dark, green wax pool. It was just beautiful. Really like this one. I don't know why they haven't brought this scent back. I hope they do. I do have one more, but that's sort of in my no burn collection at this point since they haven't brought it back, and I just think this label is really cute. I love these types of labels. These kind of almost like a colored pencil kind of drawn label. I love them. I miss these. This isn't a scent that I would say spend a lot of money on eBay or Mercari, but if you can find it for like a decent price, I think it's worth picking up and experiencing. I finished a Homeworx fruit basket in Farmstand strawberry. This one is farm fresh strawberries, red raspberry, currants, lemon zest, and crystallized sugar. The scent is a amazing, sweet and fresh strawberry scent. Really, really well done. He has just nailed this one. It doesn't have any kind of waxy qualities at all. It has a little bit of a tartness to it. The perfect amount of sweetness is fantastic. Sadly for me, this one was not very strong at all. Now, I do want to caveat that I had a little bit of an allergy, kind of cold when I was burning this one. So that may have had something to do with what I picked up. It was about a 2.5, 3. Like, I really could barely smell this one. I started it in my office because that's typically where I can get a decent strength and throw. It's a smaller kind of room, a normal size bedroom, I guess. And then I moved it into my master bathroom. I moved it back to my office. I moved it back to another bedroom. I could not get much from it at all. It just wouldn't go anywhere. It was very, very light. Again, I did have a little bit of a cold, so maybe it was just me. I don't know. I do have a couple more of these, so I'll definitely report back in future Empties videos once I burn through some of those other ones. The burn itself was actually great. These had 4 wicks. Of course, didn't have penny wicks. They burned great. These wicks did want to move a little bit. You can see they're not quite centered, especially this one right here. It did want to travel a little bit, so be wary of that. Because of the 4 wicks, it's almost like it gets too hot because it would like want to pull out the entirety of the candle, and then that would of course make the wicks travel. So this one I would caution about burning like over a couple of hours. I would just keep that in mind, that the wicks are going to start traveling if you let it pull all the way out and just let it burn and burn and burn. Of course, that heat in there is going to melt away that glue that's holding on the wick clip. So just keep that in mind. I really, really want this to be stronger because the scent on cold was fantastic. I finished a Bath & Body Works Strawberry Mimosa. This one is Juicy Wild Strawberry, Effervescent Lemon Zest, and Sugar Crystals. This one to me has just always smelled like strawberry lemonade. The strength and throw was about a 7.5, 8. It had an okay burn. You can see all the wax and the residue there. It did start struggling about the 3rd mark. Just really, really struggling wicks. It pulled out okay, but it was just really slow. It had minimal sooting, and overall I did enjoy it because the strength and throw was still pretty good even with this puny wicks, but especially when it got past the halfway point, like to the last third, I really just stopped being able to smell it very much. I did like the scent, and I do really like the labels they had from last year. I may repurchase this in the future, but it's not one that I would like clamor to repurchase it. I finished, quote unquote, Bath & Body Works Strawberry Vanilla. This one is add a juicy sweetness to any spring day. Ripe garden strawberries infused with fresh vanilla. I picked this up at the semi-annual sale. It was such a good deal. Couldn't pass it up. This is somewhat artificial strawberry vanilla type scent. I mean, it's okay compared to some of the vendor wax strawberry scents. This one just doesn't hold a candle to those. The strength and throw was only about a 4, 4.5. It was actually pretty light. And as I burned it, then I remembered why I did not like stock up or buy extra of the scent when it came out originally. This one started out with puny wicks. I mean, just the very first burn, it was tiny, tiny little puny wicks. I mean, it didn't want to pull out. It didn't want to do anything. I had to let it burn for like hours and hours and hours just to get a full wax pull. As you can see, all the residue on the sides here, down past the halfway point. This has got about a 1/3 of the candle left, and it started smelling completely disgusting and nasty. That kerosene, gross smell. Even when I smell the lid now or just smell this, it just smells like nasty, plasticky kerosene. Disgusting and gross. The epitome of a bad Bath & Body Works candle is really all I have to say about it. It's just a shame. This will be tossed. I'm not going to burn something that smells like kerosene. I wouldn't recommend this scent. Obviously, this is not something that you can purchase now anyway, but if it came back out, I mean, I might purchase one to see if they've improved the burn, but it's, not one to get overly excited about because the burn is just horrid. I finished a Farmstand Blueberry from Homeworx by Harry Slatkin. This is fresh orchid blueberries, blackberries, cassis, almond sugar, and vanilla bean. I really, really enjoyed this scent. It's a sweet blueberry, blackberry type scent. Almost like the sort of jamminess that comes through like a blueberry jam. You get a hint of a tartness, a little bit of a candied note, but not like full-on candy. And then you do get a little bit of bakery, but not full-on bakery. So it's like if you have a spectrum between candy and bakery blueberry, it kind of falls in the middle. It really kind of ends up smelling like you have this really nice sort of maybe shortbread or sort of just cookie that you have this like dollop of this blueberry blackberry jam on top. It's really nice. Blueberries are really hard scent to get right, and this one is very well done. The strength and throw of this one was about a 7. Happy to report this one I could definitely smell. It filled the space. It was good. The burn was good. Somewhat sooty actually. And then as you can see, the wicks did travel. So what happened was one of these wicks traveled way over here to the side, and it really just like burned and burned, because obviously I had left the room for just a few minutes, and it really caused all of this issue here where it made all this like soot and stuff. And then the wick had actually gone into the melted wax, so I just had to take a butter knife and kind of lift the wick back up, and then I blew the whole thing out and let it re-solidify, and the wick stayed in place. But again, I just caution you with these 4 wicks. These wicks do travel. Don't leave the room, and I wouldn't let these burn for too long, maybe just 2 or 3 hours at max, because it's almost like you don't need 4 wicks. It's almost like you only need 3 wicks, because they burn so hot, and it's a pretty small vessel for just 4 wicks. So I don't know, if he brings these back out in the future, maybe if he just did 3 wicks in these, I don't mind waiting a little longer for a candle to pull out if it's going to have a nice, slow, consistent burn. I would much rather wait an extra 30 minutes to an hour to get a full wax pull than have a candle burn too fast. So anyway, just be careful with these 4 wicks, because I'm definitely not the only one who has noticed that the wicks do travel, so just be careful of that. But otherwise, a great burn. You can see there is like no wax left. Fantastic scent. Really glad that I have a couple more of these. I finished a large jar Yankee candle in strawberry lemon ice. Let's take a moment to appreciate this beautiful full label. Look at that popsicle and that lemon and the strawberry. I mean, it just makes you think of summer and you want to just eat that popsicle. I love the full labels. I don't know why they've taken them away from the U.S. Really, really love this scent. You get a nice bit of strawberry. You do get a little bit of that lemon, and there is a little bit of this icy vibe to it. Really enjoy it. I enjoy it in the milk cup. Unfortunately, this one had a strength in the throat about a 4. You know, y'all know that I just don't have the best luck with single jar Yankee. Some of them are great, but overall, consistently, I pretty much get like less than a medium throw. The burn on this one actually was just okay. Normally with Yankees, I get a very clean burn. Like, I'm not used to having all that residue on a Yankee. It was actually somewhat sooty. The wick moved at the end. That's why there's a decent amount of wax left, but the wick had traveled all the way to the side, so I just said I have to be done with it, because again, it just gets a little dangerous, and you don't want to have to like keep your eye on a candle every single second. You want to feel like you can run to the bathroom if you need to. Really enjoyed the scent. Definitely will continue to purchase it in the milk cup. Probably wouldn't repurchase it in a large jar. And I also finished a Bath & Body Works Limoncello candle. I have not burned a Limoncello candle from Bath & Body Works for years and years and years. I feel like there for a while I was like burning it pretty consistently every year. And then I just got away from it. I was craving lemon scents, and then this label, I was like, okay, I have to pick it up. I just think this is so beautiful. That dark navy blue with the yellow wax. I was like, wow, that's just really pretty. So I guess the label sucked me in. This one is bright lemon zest, Sorrento lemons, and cane sugar. It is a tart lemon limoncello scent, a little bit of sweetness. Definitely not the same as the lemon drop candle. The strength and throw is about a 7.5. The burn was just okay. You're going to see this kind of odd wick situation happening here. The burn was actually fine until the 3rd mark, the dreaded 3rd mark, as I say. And then the wax got completely disgusting. It got really, really dark and sooty and just completely discolored, and that also changed the scent. Sometimes when the wax discolors, it doesn't change the scent. In this case, it did. The scent changed. It started smelling like kerosene, grossness, nastiness. So I was going to try to attempt to like cotton ball it and kind of dump out the gross wax, but then it had already pulled out to this point that it was just no point in trying to like trim the wicks and getting one more burn. I mean, there's just not that much wax left, so I said I'm just going to be done with it. It was nice to burn this in again, but with the burn issues, of course, I wouldn't repurchase this packaging, and it's not one that I'm going to be like quick to repurchase again. It was sort of like, it was nice to meet you again, but I think we'll just go our separate ways again for several years. And last but certainly not least, I finished Homeworx by Harry Slatkin Limoncello Cupcake. This one is limoncello, Sicilian lemons, candied lemons, sparkling sugar, creamy vanilla, French butter, and baked cupcake. As you can imagine, this is lemon bakery perfection. Multiple layers of lemon goodness, tart, zesty, sweet, and bakery. Imagine a homemade lemon cupcake with a tart lemon curd filling kind of inserted in the middle of the cupcake, topped with a limoncello vanilla frosting. It is divine. The strength and throw of this one was a solid medium high, like 7.5 out of 10, and the burn was fantastic. This sloshing and kind of messiness on the side was my fault. This one had no struggling wicks, minimal sooting, and perfect wax pulls. It was just great. I highly recommend this duo, the orange sorbet and the limoncello cupcake. It is just divine. If you like lemon bakery scents, I think you would absolutely fall in love with this scent. Okie dokie, that is it. That is everything that I melted and burned this month. Let me know in the comments below what you've been melting and burning in April. Did you have anything that really stood out as a favorite for you? If so, I would love to hear from you. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see other videos like this, please subscribe. I do have a monthly Empties video, as well as hauls and reviews. Thank you so much as always for all of your support. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.